Hey, so this is Robert. We are waiting for one other person because this is going to be a rather special episode where we talk about the School of Voiceover. But regardless,
Yay!
what's good? This is Jennifer, one of I guess, the two partners in crime, as I like to say.
Yes, yes.
And this is actually something that we've been planning for, I don't even know how long at this point. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Jennifer. And yeah,
Yes.
on this lovely Thursday morning as of the time of this recording. So yeah, how is everything going on your end?
Everything's wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I know we've been trying to schedule this for a while, but it's hard when you're juggling two,
No, no, no. Yeah,
three
like,
schedules.
oh, no, yeah, because I've been doing this and also some, thankfully, voiceover stuff has kind of been picking up for me. And
Yay!
also just doing a lot of different projects on my own, which I think I kind of shared with the both of you, and I
Hmm.
also talked about on this podcast. So I don't need to go too much into it
Yeah.
because people already know what it is. But
Right,
yeah,
right.
regardless, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we got some stuff to discuss. I mean, just the two of us before we really get the ball on the road. So I guess how is 2025 going? And yeah, just share everything that you've been kind of working on so far.
Yeah, no. 2025 has been, it's been, it started off rough, I would say. I'll be honest. I think it started
Mm-hmm.
off rough for a lot of people.
Especially if you're in LA.
Yes, especially if you're in LA, but um it's good. It's still good. I think for me, things have picked up as well. And I think the key is to be grateful in the highs and the lows because honestly, when things aren't going your way, that's your opportunity for growth. It makes you have to reach deep down and pull out all the magic that's in you that you didn't even know you had. So, yeah, I couldn't be more happy. I mean, I've had several things come out. My brain, it's early and I'm like, what have I was just in Fortnite. You know, at the end of right before 2025, I announced I was Poison Ivy. So yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful year.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And plus, it was your birthday recently.
Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday. It was amazing. I'm usually pretty chill about my birthday, so I just spent time with my family and I have birthday weekend plans with my daughter. I'm gonna go to a kitty cafe, an adoption kitty cafe. I already have a kitty, so I'm not gonna be adopting, but I will be donating. So I like to give on my birthday. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, right
so
on.
excited.
Yeah, and I was also just telling you that I have a bunch of birthdays coming up. Like, first, we have
Yeah, happy
my
birthday to
mom's,
your mom. Uh-huh.
and also mine's is coming up on the 25th, which I'm going to be celebrating at the LA Comic Con this year, all 3 days.
Happy early, early birthday. What a great way to celebrate.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was only getting, I usually do one day at these events, but I'm like, nah, I think I might as well just do the weekend because why not?
Yeah, splurge, enjoy yourself. See all your friends, see all your heroes.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's how it usually goes when I do these events because I would have a schedule, but then as soon as I get there, it's like, then it just kind of,
Yeah, you just go where
yeah,
the
just go with the
crowd,
flow. It just
yeah,
goes all
where
over
the
the
crowd
place. Yeah.
flows. Yes.
But I know I'm gonna have a good time though, regardless.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So yeah, since it's kind of still the two of us, I guess we might as well just splurge a little bit into how, and I don't usually be like, how did you get started? But yeah, I've always been kind of curious, like, what was something that kind of, sort of was the moment where the acting bug just kind of bit you, so to speak. Let's
Oh
talk about it.
yeah, for me
Yeah,
personally, so I mean, I've always loved to sing and pretend I was,
like all of,
yeah,
we all kind
like
of were those
pretend like I
kids.
could speak to birds through my song and stuff like that. I would just walk and just sing to the birds and they'd sing back and I'd be like, yeah, I understood that. Not really, but in my imagination I did. And so I've always been someone who loves to perform, but always I was very shy though. So I didn't really do much. But then I like stepped out of my comfort zone in high school and I auditioned for the musical because I love musicals. And I did Guys and Dolls. I was one of the Hot Box dolls. And then they were like, here, you get a speaking role now because they wanted me to have a speaking role. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then, I went to engineering school. I went to Georgia Tech and I didn't really do much acting. But my boyfriend, now husband at the time, yes, we've been together a while, was got into acting and he kind of fell in love with it. And he was invited by a casting director to get some on-set experience because he was so new and green. So she was like, just come be an extra on this TV show and bring your girlfriend. She's pretty. You guys can hang out. And I was like, sure, I'll go get paid $125 for the day. I mean, in college, that's a lot of money. It still is to just, stand on set. And then I got to be a featured extra. And I was just like, man, this is pretty cool. And that's how it all started. And then I just started taking acting classes. I started in film and television and did a little bit of voiceover when I lived in Atlanta. That's where my parents have retired, and that's where I started acting. And came out to LA, did really well. And then speaking specifically to voiceover, I've always loved voiceover. I've always loved, watching cartoons, X-Men and all these, even my daughter was super into My Little Pony. I was like, man, this show is really, really good. It actually really is. And I was like, I want to be a singing pony one day. And I was like, why am I saying one day? Why don't I just do it? So I got my demos together, got with my agent, and the rest is history. I booked, the first thing I booked was a 25-hour audiobook. Then I booked Young, the K-pop troll in Trollstopia for DreamWorks, and then got it playable in a video game, and it just sort of snowballed from there. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, I don't know if you can look behind me, but those are like stuff that I. Okay, actually, let me step out of the way. But yeah, a lot of Sonic stuff, and over
Yeah,
here is Avatar. So those are
love
kind of
Avatar.
like the
Yes.
yeah. So I guess think you could probably imagine what my bucket list show stuff that I would love to do
Yeah.
someday is.
Listen, I'm with you on both of those. Are you kidding? Like to be on Sonic or and Avatar would be amazing. So I'm with you.
I mean, Pokemon too. I mean, just saying.
Yes, Pokemon is great too. I've like I can't wait to announce whenever my stuff drops.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure. But yeah, just it's so crazy because we've known each other for yeah, just for I don't
A
want to
few
say a few
years.
years, but it's
Yeah.
kind of been quite a while. Like, let's just say that. And then just
Yeah.
seeing you just book like Poison Ivy, like you said, the K-pop show that is just
Oh
exploding
yeah, I
right
just
now.
right. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention that I was part of the Loop group for K-pop Demon Hunters. Um, yeah, that's a dream, and I'm so excited. It's doing so amazing. Being half Korean, and being accepted and welcomed into the group, and speaking some Korean on some parts. So it's been a dream, and to see it just become so global and go beyond K-pop. It's everybody is like incredible.
Yeah. And I've talked about this before, but with the mainstreaming animation and emphasis on streaming, because I know that a lot of streaming stuff has really kind of been, taking everyone, like especially the internet by storm, where you have a lot of this these properties that are like IPs that are just now, really making their mark on animation and
Yeah.
it's not just with animation, but like live action, just a lot of indie stuff that has just really been, popping off, as we say, if I'm gonna use the
Yeah.
Gen Z slang, but I really love that. I mean, because a lot of us, well, myself included, feel like with Disney and Pixar, as they're kind of slowly struggling to find, a creative, like, balance and stuff.
They
Yeah.
set the bar really high,
Yeah, they really,
so
yeah.
so it can be a struggle. I think their storytelling is so fantastic though, and it's something that we should all study, you know.
Exactly. But I'm just really glad that other companies like Sony or DreamWorks, they're starting to catch up with a lot of their
Yeah, well,
yeah
I mean,
movies like
let's
with
just
yeah.
say K-pop Demon Hunters is, I mean, I'm sure it's right there. I mean, honestly, I think the storytelling is flawless, the music is flawless. I mean, it's in my opinion one of the best and like most perfect like feature
Yeah.
animated features I've ever seen. So,
Yeah. And also Sony did the Spider-Verse films
oh my
and
gosh,
they're
so
yeah.
amazing. I mean, so good. I mean, those ones too are just like perfection.
Yeah, and a lot of other movies that are starting to integrate into like a 2D slash 3D style, like the new Puss in Boots,
Hmm.
yeah, and so on and so forth. And yes, I even enjoyed the Mario movie. Like, I mean, like, look, it's not. I won't say that like it's like is it a masterpiece? Well, let's see. I mean, I do like. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I love about it. Like, no movie is perfect, but I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it really was a really fun. It's really fun to watch with family because I know
I
you have
love
your
that.
daughter,
Then
and
if you
yeah,
love it, then that's all that matters at the end of the day,
exactly.
right?
Because you said that you watch like My Little Pony with your daughter, and
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I've always loved My Little Pony, but we when she was like super into it and like some of the episodes, I was like, man, this stuff is really, really good. I mean, not it's funny, but also the storytelling and like they have like these episodes where like there's like I kid you not, it's like a Dragon Ball Z episode. Like if you've not
Oh
seen
my
My
yes.
Little Pony, like there's like a Stepford Wives type like episode. It's really, really good.
Yeah. So you're talking about Friendship is Magic, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I remember that Dragon
Are you a
Ball.
brony?
Uh, I
Maybe a
was a
little
fan of the
bit.
show. I mean, I kind of, sort of. There's
There's no
unfortunately other
shame in
shows
being a
that
brony. Don't worry.
there's other shows that are kind of like taking up my like
I mean, well, My Little
fixation.
Pony Friendship is Magic is, it's
I mean,
old
it
now,
still
but
is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah. But when you really look at the show from when it really kind of caught on with the pretty much with the entire world, like back in 20 early mid 2010s, it was definitely it was really something to behold.
Yeah,
That's
it was
all
it
I'm
was
saying.
all that. It was the hotness. And she didn't even get into it till it was on Netflix and stuff because she wasn't even
Oh
born
my
in
gosh.
2010.
Oh wow,
So we
yeah.
got into it pretty late. So that's why it's like,
Oh
awesome for
no,
us.
I mean I didn't watch it until years
So,
later, but I was there when the
but
craze
I
was.
just want to let you
Uh,
know, Courtney had a bit of oh no, we were breaking up here.
oh,
Hello?
Army. Oh, hello, hello,
Oh, there
hello.
you are. Yeah. Hey, we're back. We're back.
Okay,
I just want to give you a heads up that Courtney had a little bit of an emergency, so she's gonna be popping on as soon as she can. But
okay.
I have a session at 10, so we'll probably have to, if you want to talk School of VO, we should probably talk that now. And
Yeah,
that
for
way,
sure.
then you can like transition to talking to Courtney about it as well, and then also about her personal life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, there
Yeah.
she is.
Okay. Yeah, perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Hi.
Hi,
There we
I was
are.
giving him the
Hey.
rundown. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we were just kind of getting acquainted and just talking about Jen's personal stuff.
Yeah, keep talking, keep talking. I know you have to go soon, so
Yeah, no, no,
don't
no,
mean to
it's
be
No
okay. I
worries.
told
No,
him
rushed.
no, no,
like
it's fine.
he wanted to ask about School of VO, so I was like, this is the perfect time to do it. So
Yeah,
before
honestly,
I
really perfect
go.
timing.
Yeah, so
So,
you came on at the right time. So we could talk School of VO and then he can ask you all your personal
Okay.
like magic. So
yeah, Yell
also
Magic
just
and
so
also
you
the stuff that you've been booking because I know
I
we got quite a
know.
bit of stuff that we got to talk about. So, I just wanted to ask you, oh, and we're doing this live, but who cares? If you wanted to record your audio like DAW, that would also be really terrific, Courtney,
Oh,
because I just told Jen this.
all
Yeah.
right, done recording.
And also I just want to give my sh some love to
Oh, yeah,
my
I was about to.
sister who sent me a birthday smoothie and a birthday burrito and some birthday tiramisu. So thank you. I love
Love you. It's
you.
all the food, the
Yeah,
major food
Boba,
groups.
I know.
man.
Smoothie,
So much stuff
burrito,
that I gotta.
cake.
So much stuff that I gotta try, but
Oh, Dialogue Cafe. It's one of my favorites.
hey, never too
So
late to try new stuff, is what I always
that's
say.
right.
So yeah, we were just talking a bit about Jen's, bookings and how she got started.
I don't,
So
I was like, I don't even know what I booked right now. I'm like, so like it's early on a Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, and it's like we're under like NDA, like wibbly
Yeah.
wobbly
Yeah.
nonsense. So
Yeah.
it's all good. But yeah, we were just talking a little bit about Jen. So I guess we might as well move on to you, Courtney.
Well,
And
actually,
School of Voiceover.
let's
School of
yeah,
yeah,
School of
let's
Voiceover.
talk
Voiceover.
School of
Yeah.
Voiceover because I have to leave no later than 9:40, and that's like really
Mhm.
kind of pushing it for me.
Yeah.
I know,
So
yeah.
let's talk School of Voiceover, and then you
Hmm.
can talk to Courtney afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, School of Voiceover.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So, keep in mind, this is, in case you're gonna tell, this is literally all off the cuff. So, I don't have like
It's okay.
No, this is
plan.
this is this
Yeah,
is great. This is how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah.
love. I mean,
Spontaneous. Yeah, it makes great
yeah.
conversation. So, yeah, School of Voiceover. Just tell us about the origins of that. Like your overall goal, what you have in mind for it, and what you like to see in the future. But yeah, just history of School of Voiceover. Go, whoever wants to start. That would be just be my guess.
So the quick version is Jen and I think we like did a workshop together,
Hmm.
and then we met up afterwards because we fell in love with each other silently during the workshop, staring at
Yes.
each other's Zoom boxes. And then
Messaging each other.
yes. And then we went to lunch, and then we were just talking about how we felt sometimes in these workshops, people were coming in with like a lack of a foundational understanding of the industry and
Hmm.
also of acting. So it was like sort of like a two-part thing where it's like, oh, like a lot of people, they don't have the foundational acting training, or like they're coming in and they just know nothing about the industry,
Yeah.
which is fine. But we were like, well, where can people go to get that, where it's like comprehensive and sort of like geared toward the voice actor? And we were like, it doesn't exist, so let's make one. um,
Yes.
and like both of us had gone through a lot of trial and error in our own perspective of voiceover career respective voiceover careers. And so we were like, let's create something that would be awesome, so like a resource that we wish we could have had when we were
Hmm.
first starting out. And so that's how the School of Voiceover was born. We wanted to make it like comprehensive of all of the knowledge we've learned throughout our careers, at an accessible price, for anyone who was willing to, become,
Invest in themselves.
yeah, invest in themselves and become a student. And so that's how it was born.
Yeah.
Where do you want to answer about where we see it going
Yeah,
in the
I'm just
future?
going to piggyback on what you just
Yeah.
said. So, all of that, plus, what we were noticing is that some of these people that would come into these workshops would be so green and just, this is your first impression with a casting director, with a director, with an agent. And if you aren't coming in prepared with acting tools and a foundation as well as knowledge of the industry, you are literally just destroying your first impression with them. And
Hmm.
so when we would see that, it would hurt us. And so that's why we were like, we got to do something. And that's, how School of Voiceover was formed. And as for the future, we want to just continue to foster a community of growth, right? So we have students in there that are I'm seeing growth now, or people that we work privately with are like, oh my God, I just booked my first commercial. And that to us brings us so much joy because we really want everyone to skip the line, per se, right? Like, we made all the mistakes, so you don't have to.
We did all the spaghetti at the wall.
Yes, we've done everything, all the things, fallen for the scams. We've
Yeah.
done all of that stuff, and we don't want you guys to do that, the same stuff. So yeah, it's all about community and continuing to foster growth and continuing to share the joy that is voiceover. Yeah. Was that all of the questions? Was there one more? Was there a third one?
Might have been one more.
I feel like there might have been. Was there?
It was. I think it's where do you see kind of like the direction of School of VO going? At least from because we're kind of like in the second half, like where I can't believe we're almost at the end of 2025. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But so yeah, where do you see it going? Like from September up to the not to the end of the year, but just even beyond
Yeah, I think we
that.
just want to continue to help people
Yeah.
in whatever capacity we can. Like this is the School of Voiceover. It's a community and an e-course, right? So like for our students, it's like you got to do the e-course because
Yeah.
we
You got to do the work.
you got to do the work because we have some students who like signed up and have been doing the community stuff, but we can see their progress online. They're not doing the
The
e-course. So
actual course.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
you got to do the e-course, and then the community is there for support, questions on what you learned, or, as you go through your own personal journey and you're sending your own emails to agents or your own pitches or whatever, you can pass it by your community for some feedback, and then go out into the world. But it's all about taking what we give you, but then actually practicing using those tools and applying it
Hmm.
to your life. And so we hope as many people can get the benefit out of that as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, it's all about community. I mean, I think that's one thing with what's going on in there. The voiceover community as a whole with this last year. we have to be there for each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we kind of all know about a bunch of different stuff that has been happening at once. But the
Yeah.
good news is we kind of are done with a strike. And
For
Yes,
yeah,
now.
we are done for now. We have a
for
couple
now,
With
yeah.
this
years.
one.
Yeah, with this one. That's why I said we're done with a strike.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's good times to be over with that right now. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, like, who knows? I'm just really praying. Like, I know that we've all kind of had so many discussions, and I know people are just getting really sick to death of hearing about this AI mumbo jumbo. But I mean, I know
but
that
it's,
it's kind of like a serious.
it
It is, yeah.
it's
It's a big,
here.
yeah. It's
AI
here.
is
So
here, and it's a matter of like not trying to stop it, but trying to, put protections in place so that we continue to have a career in this industry.
Mhm.
Being very honest, there are going to be things that AI will do eventually, right? Once it gets, to that point. Um, but right now it's not. So what we have to do is continue to grow as talent so that we become invaluable because of our storytelling magic, basically.
Mhm.
Make it so that they can't use AI because there is only one Robert, there's only one Courtney, there's only one Jen, there's only one whoever is listening. And there's no one that can sound like you, even if it is AI, because it will lack the soul and heart of you, right? So I guess that's kind of what School of Voiceover is as well. Like, you know, make it so that the casting has no choice but to cast you because you're that freaking good.
for sure. So that would be like your overall vision or just the mission that you have with School of VO, correct?
Yeah, we want people to be equipped with the tools, not just acting. We
The
talk about the
business,
business and
the expectations, the health,
yes,
you
how to
know.
get an agent, vocal health, exactly. I mean, we go over pretty much everything. So that is the goal, to equip you with all the tools you need to have a successful, thriving career in voiceover.
Yeah. And how would you say that it had manifested over like the past few years that you've been running it and just growing a community and growing so many people? Because like what I also really love about it is when we do the workouts, um, my take or a submission that I'm going to be doing is going to be different from, say, and I'm going to shout out a few people. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be different from a Jeff Burns or a
Mhm.
Jay or I'm
Like
probably leaving it
Ethan,
or
Yeah,
Ethan. Yeah,
Ethan,
so
Ethan.
it's
yeah, yeah,
going to
yeah,
be.
other
I
people,
like how
yeah.
each of us have different because when it comes to VO, all of us are going to have like because if everybody was doing the same, then it's not going to be, it's going to be pretty boring. But if those of us came from different backgrounds, different acting, performing, so each of us are going to have bring a different flavor to a character that, maybe not, might not be what's on the page, but I just like
Exactly.
how, with your direction and just coaching us, like we're able to just bring, these characters to life in our own ways. I mean, Bob Bergen said that, the script is a skeleton, you as an actor are just giving it life. You're breathing
Exactly.
life into it.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I think that is something that, and as you go through our course, that is something that we um, say a ton, that at the end of the day, you have to put your essence, you have to put you into your performances. That's what's going to quote unquote make your auditions stand out. Because you're not just saying the words on the paper. You're not doing what you think they want to hear. You're not saying, oh, this is a cool guy, so I'm gonna do a cool guy voice. What is a cool guy voice? I mean, we
No.
a
It's
cool guy
who
voice is
is
somebody,
he?
yeah,
We
who
don't
is
care about
he?
the voice. We
We
want
Who
to
don't
is
see
he?
this
care. Yeah.
character.
Yeah, a cool guy voice is Robert, who's a cool guy. You know what I mean? So putting your essence into your reads, and I hate saying reads, into your performances, into creating this
Yeah.
new life is vital. And that's what we talk about a ton in the course.
Yeah. So what is something else that really did surprise you, like from when you started the School of Voiceover and just seeing how it just kind of all because as far as I know, because there's a website, there's a FB Facebook group, so anything do you guys have like any plans on expanding it or just so that more
Eventually, we
people
would
get
love to
involved?
do more.
Yeah.
Or, well, honestly, I think our goal is to eventually empower you guys.
Yeah.
Courtney and I, will always be mentors and do everything we can, but the goal is to raise people, pillars up in our community. As they grow in their journey, then they become the mentors, and they become the ones that like, oh, to the people that just joined. I was there right where you were like a year ago, and let me help you with that, right? And what does that do?
Yeah.
That empowers you to be like, oh, I actually learned something. Oh, I've
Yeah.
grown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it inspires you. Hopefully, it'll inspire everyone in the community to start being of service. That is important to us because that's how this whole thing started for Courtney and I to be of service to our community.
Yeah. And isn't it kind of like heartwarming to see a student or just somebody in the group just book something and you're just like, oh my gosh. So it's still just kind of, you know, you're still kind of speechless or surprised that, this actually
100%.
fostered. Yeah.
I mean, Rebecca in our community just got an article on Deadline. You know how exciting that was? I
Seriously.
mean, it brings us so much joy, right? The voiceover world is so big. Um, there is opportunity everywhere. And the fact is, you're not going to book every single thing you go out for. But if you can celebrate those who do book it, when it's your turn to shine, everyone will celebrate you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's all about being unselfish and being just loving and supportive of each other.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about, just helping each other grow and
Yeah.
just being being the cheerleader that,
Yeah.
people want you
Mm-hmm.
for when it comes to big stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Yes.
so I'm gonna hop off.
Mm-hmm.
If you have more School
Okay.
of VO, Courtney can answer all of your
Yeah.
questions. I just want to
Okay.
say thank you so much. I'm so sorry I have to leave already,
I
but
mean, no worries. It's like, look, we all gotta like this life of a voiceover. That's the life of an actor. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. So
Yeah.
you are
So
absolutely incredible. I think you're amazing, and I'm so excited that you brought me here. Thank you to everyone who's
exactly.
listening. I adore you all, and check out the School of Voiceover. Courtney and I would
Yeah.
love to work with you.
Yeah. Let's
All
do a
right,
quick picture
guys.
before you go.
Oh
Bye.
my gosh, yes, yes, yes. Do a quick
Sure.
picture.
All right. Let's
Ready?
do this. Ready? All right. Hold up.
Oh,
Alrighty. I think
did it
I.
work?
Yeah, we got
Courtney's
it.
still posing.
Yep, we
All
got
right.
it.
All
I
right.
will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Buddy,
Bye.
bye. So now it's just us.
Yes.
Mwahaha.
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So I think there is another question pertaining to School of VO where,
Sure.
with the both of you guys,
Mm-hmm.
with how strong your friendship just kind of, because I think Jen said that you guys did a workout, if I'm not mistaken, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just decided, you know what, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many resources out there, and I know that you guys, with the vision and the mission that you have for it, it's like, it's kind of like what we were talking about, just bringing your own flavor to a community and just being
Mm-hmm.
of service to those that need help. So would you say that it's just been, a learning experience for you two as much as it is for the students, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're always, we have all this knowledge and we're like, well, what's the easiest way to teach this knowledge, right? What's the easiest way to present this in a digestible way for our students, right? So I think that was a learning process for us when we were sort of like putting everything together. It felt like, like putting puzzle pieces together, like, oh, this should be here, we should move this, that sort of thing. Um, yeah.
Yeah, and both of you do, and I forgot to say this earlier, but the Global Voice Acting Academy, because you guys also
Mhm.
are coaches there. So is it also like, because outside of School of VO, like getting to coach, like in other communities like GVAA, would you say that it's also kind of like, it's something that you're offering, but would you say that it really does give you a lot of, because I know that, oh well, if people want to work with you, like obviously there's like investments that are involved, but for the most part you're just there for them, so it's just something that is, very 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 much like, oh hey, I think they're really starting to grow and learn because they'll learn something that they probably haven't before, or just,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's just offering something new to them that they haven't, because that's the same with like anything, anybody in the industry. So it's like, it's something that really helps them, and it really helps you grow a lot as an actor and
Mhm.
just as a person when you coach with, people in different communities, would you say?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I love working with all of my students. They all have very unique needs, and I just do my best to provide them with whatever I can in the best way that I can, you know? I think it's important, like when you're looking for a coach or if you're going to work with someone, because it is an investment, like you said, it's got to be someone that you vibe with, you know? It's got to be someone where each time you're leaving that session, you feel like you got something out of it. Because the second you don't, then that means, if a student ended a session with me and was like, oh, like I didn't. Like, I still don't really understand this, or this wasn't explained well, or I don't really vibe with this, then I would be like, listen, then maybe I'm not the coach for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a mutual thing. And both people, especially the student, need to be, coming away with some new stuff that they value. So I think that's important.
Yeah, and not every coach is gonna vibe with everyone, but the ones that do are like, yeah, because I remember what they said, and if I start coaching somebody, then I'll take something that they told me or what I've
Yeah.
been taught, and
Uh-huh.
just use different, because, like I said, you gotta find your own instrument
Mhm.
and not just exactly copy somebody, if that makes sense.
Definitely, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool that you guys are just offering this for students that if there's like a lot, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of resources out there, like I mentioned, GPAA, Skills Up, so on and so forth, but it's
Mhm.
always nice to just have at least one more, just something else in your little toolbox, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like there's so many sites out there, do the ones that you get something out of. Do the ones that are fun. That's what I always say.
For sure. And who would you say, like, I think this probably might be a question for Jennifer if I do another solo one with her, but
Mhm.
who would you say was somebody or the people that you also want to give a shout out to who have helped you alongside your path, just out of curiosity?
Honestly, the list is way too
It's
long. I
ginormous.
hesitate. I'm hesitant to say just because I know I'll probably forget
Yeah,
people.
that's why I'm just like, if I mention some
Yeah.
names, I'm probably gonna leave out some, so that's why I
Yeah,
just kind
so
of feel
I don't
bad.
know. I don't know about like a list of names, but I will tell you, I have worked with many coaches over the years, and I really feel like pretty much all of them have given me something valuable that I take with me now as I go through my own voiceover career. So I think it takes a village, it takes a community, and that ranges from like exalted coaches to peers, to my mom who sometimes will help me with reads. It's really anybody who has been in my life who has been involved in voiceover with me in some way or shape. I really have all of them to thank because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this career today without them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I know that a lot of because, like I was saying, because sometimes your biggest cheerleaders can be your friends, family,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And you just don't know who you're gonna end up running into. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna have those, bad apples, but but I'm just really thankful that the majority is like, okay, they're helping, they're willing to help out, they're honest, they're, just really incredibly hardworking. They're there to lend you a hand when you need, assistance,
Mm-hmm.
or just assistance when you need a level up in your career. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'm just really thankful for those that are. I mean, like with you guys too, like helping me just if I'm stuck on something, or if Jeff or Jay or so on and so forth, Ethan, if we're all stuck on something, you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to help us out for free. I mean, if you're a part of the Facebook group, like if we have a question, you'll just answer and just pretty
Yeah,
much
I
help us when
I
we,
think that's
yeah,
the biggest, like when I tell people I'm like, yeah, like I know it's like, first of all, it's worth every penny, the investment in
for
the
sure.
e-course, but
Yeah.
like what's really priceless is the community. You know,
Exactly.
it's not just me and
Priceless.
Jen, it's you guys. You know, it's
Yeah,
your guys' feedback too, because we all have experience that's valuable. Wherever you are in your career, you do have valuable experience and you do have insight, you do have a perspective that you can bring. And it's nice, you know, when we can put all of that together and use each other as a community resource.
for sure. So I think we'll conclude this in the next part. But if you
Hmm.
guys are enjoying this so far, definitely do that YouTube like, subscribe, whatever, and I'll see you all in the finale coming shortly. Alrighty,
Woo!
peace. Alrighty, welcome back, and we unfortunately don't have a lot of time left, but I do wanted to, because I already talked with Jen about, her personal voiceover journey for just a little bit, but I kind of wanted to hear from you because I think I know a little bit about your acting background, but for those that are curious, when did the whole acting bug kind of bite you, so to speak? I'm sorry if that was a weird way of phrasing
Yeah,
it, but
no,
yeah.
no, not at all. Let's see. It's a quick version of this. So, I was in college. I was a psychology neuroscience major. I was working in a rat lab, and I was a year away from graduating. And two things happened. One, well, oh, I was also dancing. I was doing competitive hip hop dance, and that was sort of like my creative outlet at the time. But yeah, two things happened. One, I was in an accident in a dance rehearsal, and I did something to my back, and I was partially paralyzed for a little bit, and that sort of killed my dancing dreams. At least like to do competitive dance. I know dancing, most people retire at like 30, but you know, I wanted to. I did have a little fantasy in my head that I would pursue it a little bit further, but that sort of killed that dream. And then the second thing that happened was I learned how much I actually dislike working in medicine while I was working in the rat lab because research is cool. I love the brain, but I don't love. I did not love doing research in a rat lab. I'm an animal lover. I understand the necessity of using animals, unfortunately, in the medical field. However, I don't enjoy participating in it. I don't want to. I very much don't want to participate. I don't want to see it. Don't want to. I don't want to be a part of it. And so I was like, okay, so I can't really do research. And then I really thought about like becoming like a doctor, surgeon, whatever. I was like, oh, like really feeling like I'm helping people or like saving lives, right? And then I was like, oh, well, I think I'd be horrible at that too because I'm so emotional. And like if you had cancer, and I had to tell you you had cancer, you would have to comfort me after telling you that you had cancer. So it's like I don't think that makes a great doctor. So I sort of had this like identity crisis, and then I was like, well, I'm already in LA. It was senior year. I was like, I was pretty much done with classes. I was just taking, a bunch of whatever, like painting and stuff. I was just hanging out senior year. So I was like, let me take an acting class because like, what else am I gonna do? I'm here. And then I graduated, and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this. I'm gonna sort of build my life around pursuing this arts, because I was really craving arts. And and that's when I started. Yeah, that from there it was just acting class, and then the years went by. But that's my villain origin story, my actor origin story.
Yeah, I like how you just call it your villain origin story.
Yeah, it was trauma. It was an identity crisis, and then I
Oh
had to
my
become
gosh.
something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. I just want to say I'm so sorry about that injury. I mean, like, and also, I don't think it's really too late to retire at 30. I'm not sure
No, for
because, like, you could
dancers,
just
for
go, yeah,
most
for dance.
dancers, they do retire because it's too hard on the body. That's why.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, I always say you could do like ballerina or just anything that's not as strenuous, I think. But yeah, I kind of can see
Yeah.
where you're
I
coming
mean, I did
from.
hip hop, so you would have never
Hip
caught
hop,
me doing
yeah, no, hip hop
ballerina
is, ooh,
stuff.
oh, no, yeah. Yeah, I had family who did hip hop, and it is definitely, I mean, like, voice acting in general is often it is a very physical, um, profession.
Yeah.
So anything it takes a lot out of your body, it's like, whoo, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
just wish everybody the best
yeah.
of, yeah, best regards, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, after you got your little start, yeah, for acting and voiceover, how would you say that when you first started out at VO, would you say that it was still kind of like, oh, you just had to learn a lot of the ropes, or was it something that you kind of, I don't want to say fall into, but more like you kind of was adapted to it easily, like the more that you started doing it, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, by the time I got into my first voiceover class, I had already had a few years of foundational acting training in my belt. So I wasn't starting from nothing. I do think anyone who wants to get into voiceover needs to learn foundational acting. You don't need to learn that in a voiceover class per se. You could learn that in really in any sort of actor's medium, because acting is acting. It's just the medium changes, and so like the style, basically the tone will change. But I'm losing track of my thoughts. What was the question again?
Okay, so getting your start in VO,
Yes.
something that you kind of just sort
Oh
of
yes, yes, I
found.
remember now. Thank you. So yeah, I did sort of fall into my first VO class because of the way it happened. I wasn't initially interested in pursuing voiceover because I was so overwhelmed with on camera, and I was like, oh my god, it feels like another beast basically that I'd have to tackle. But I was sort of eased into it just because I met some people on set that sort of referred me into my first class through family that they had, and so after that, I sort of accidentally booked my first voiceover job. And by that I mean like I did submit for it, but like the way I booked it was like not it's not how you think you would book a normal voiceover audition. But that's how I got my first voiceover job, which turned into my first voiceover agent because someone was like, "Oh, like did your agent look at your contract?" I was like, "I don't have an agent," and she was like, "Oh," and so she sent my info to an agent who looked at the contract and was like, "Yeah, this is kind of a bad contract, but it's your first job, so why don't you go ahead and do it?" And I was like, "Cool." And so in that way, I sort of did fall into voiceover because it was not my intention to initially pursue it. But once I was in it, after I got my agent and I was taking classes and classes, I really started to fall in love with it. And I really started to fall in love with aspects of it that I can't get from on camera. For example, and on camera, you're very much tied to this, right? This is how you look. But in voiceover, you can do anything if you can manipulate your voice. So it's like in voiceover always felt very free to me because like I didn't have to be, Courtney anymore. I was a space rock with wings. I was a chicken living in the ocean. I could be anything in voiceover, which I really love. So in that way, I did fall into it. But again, once I started doing it, there's a lot of work that went behind it, and none of that was me falling into anything. That was me purposefully and like intentionally pursuing this as a career path.
Yeah, and speaking of which, excuse me, probably should just get some water in a bit. But
Sure.
so what would you say? Because yeah, now that we're gonna talk about some of your VO roles, because I know we just talked with Jen about K-pop Demon and the Poison Ivy. So let's talk about yourself because you got some pretty juicy stuff under your belt, especially for this year, man. So let's talk about some of your projects and how much fun they were and what you really got out of being a part of these IPs and franchises. Yeah, let's talk about your voiceover journey in 2025, shall we?
In 2025, well, yeah, it's interesting because I mean, my recently announced projects I technically recorded like years ago, so they don't really feel new to me. It's just the world knows about it now, so it's like it's new to everyone else, but for me, it's like, oh yeah, I did that 2 years ago. That was cool. Um, but if you're talking about my recently announced stuff, I think you're talking about um, which roles are you talking about?
Okay, so I think you were in the new Panty and Stocking anime. I think
Yes,
you
yeah,
just
that was
announced
recently
Princess
announced.
Peach
Yes.
and yeah, and some other, yeah, let me think.
I just announced Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Um, yeah, yeah, a few. It was weird too, cause like the strike, so
Yeah.
I had a lot of projects that I was able to announce once the strike ended too. There's
Yeah.
like a bunch. Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop for any Puyo Puyo fans.
Oh yeah. Oh, it has a massive fan base. So yeah, just talk about each of the stuff and how much like were they like kind of projects that you're kind of familiar with, or is it just kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
Sure, yeah. Just going in the order that we just said, Panty and Stalking I'd never seen before. I didn't know what it was when I auditioned for it. There were no reference files because I know technically there was a season before, but there weren't any reference files. They were like, yeah, the show's come out before, but like we're looking for new cast, whatever, new whatever. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I saw the description of the character, and I just gave my take based on her description. And then I booked the job. And then and then I went in for my first session and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I was like, I fell in love with it immediately because of how chaotic it is. I love the art style. The content is so funny. It's so dumb in the best way. And then that's when I learned that there was the previous season and all that. And I can't really speak on the exact details. I'm just an actor. Actors don't know anything. But it was basically came down to licensing issues. That's why the cast changed. New licensor, new distributor, new everything. But yeah, it's been really awesome to work on the IP because again, I love the content. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been really, really fun, really fun to work on that project. For Princess Peach, I recorded that game years ago now. It's crazy because it's out in the world. I feel very honored to be a part of the project because it's so iconic. I didn't know what it was until I auditioned. Like I went in for the audition. It was very NDA, and I cannot speak about the audition process at all because I'm still under NDA for a lot of the aspects of the project. But I can say it's been an amazing experience, and it's still hard for me to believe that I get to be a part of it and be a small part in the next generation's love of these beloved characters. And then let's see, it was Silent Hill. Yeah, Silent Hill. So I didn't know what it was when I auditioned for that either because it was under a code name. And then it wasn't until after I booked the job they were like, "Oh, this is like the next Silent Hill." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So yeah, that one also been really awesome. The team from Japan flew out to LA to be there for our sessions, and everyone was really awesome and welcoming. And any little tidbits about that process, we did a bunch of interviews for the Konami team that they'll be dropping things for. So I can't give too much away here because the team is already planning their own release of like BTS. But if you guys want to check that out, you can go on the Konami YouTube page and they're going to be dropping some more interviews and BTS stuff about the game and the cast. And there's more cast members that haven't been announced yet. So get ready for that because I think everyone will be really excited when more information comes out. And then Puyo Puyo. Didn't know what that was when I auditioned either. Had a couple callbacks for that one because I think they were still trying to figure out what they wanted for the voice for Mina, which is the character I play. And then I booked it, and it was really fun. We recorded that in just a couple sessions, and I think my favorite part about recording that game was you can actually unlock a secret alt voice for several of the characters. I don't know if it's all of them, but for several of them. And my alt voice for Mina, they were like, do you have something random you want to do? Like, do you have like an accent or whatever? And I was like, no, I was like, actually, like, I kind of want to base this voice off of an icon known as LSP, which is the Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. I was like, I think I'm going to do a bad impression of LSP for the Mina alt voice. And then I sampled it for them and they were like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. And so that's how that alt voice ended up in the game.
I think this is what Jen did, like when she did like some Walla for the K-pop project, because I
Hmm.
think she kind of did like oh my gosh, the Valley Girl, Lumpy
Yeah.
Space Princess, yeah, that type of thing. Also, hey, the Water Princess Peach,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
my friend got this for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so everybody's just drinking, and I'm just over here looking at my just David Buster's water mug that
You
is
can
just,
grab it, but I do have to go soon. So do you
no, no
have like
worries.
one more question you wanted to
Yeah,
ask?
just I think I have like at least one more. So I think I asked everything about School of VO for right now. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's anything else that come up, I'll probably just shoot y'all. I'll just message y'all on like Facebook or
Sure.
email, so on and so forth. But yeah. So after all of these projects, let me see. Oh, because so you've done a lot of this stuff, so many different projects, and so on and so forth. What is something that outside of voice acting, like what would you say has been like the main thing? I mean, also besides coaching, of course, but what is something that you've kind of been, sort of dabbling into that you like to do more of? Like, if not as a hobby or as I mean, let me rephrase that, not as like another like career or anything like that, but just something that helps you still maintain your creative, just keep the blood flowing and just really keep those creative, just muscles just in shape, so to speak. I have to be that physical workout. I have to do that the gym, you
Mm-hmm.
know, mindset. Like have to use that analogy. But yeah, what keeps you just I guess in shape when it comes to VO or just in life in general? Because yeah, we got to get that gym, got to get those workouts in. I'm all about that
Sure.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it really, I mean, maybe a little bit pertains to voiceover, but one of my main hobbies outside of working in the industry is doing Krav Maga, which is it's a form, it is technically a mixed martial art. And look, listen, I'm not an expert on Krav. Okay, I don't know what people gonna come at me about. Krav means this. Okay, literally, it means contact combat in Hebrew. Okay, I know that's for sure. And it borrows principles from several different fighting styles to form a self-defense style. And I do that outside of voiceover. And yeah, I've been moving through their belt system. And I really love it because when I'm there, I don't think about voiceover. Actually, when I'm there, I my brain is off and I'm completely focused on what we're doing and the techniques we're learning. Or if it's like more of like a fitness focused class, I'm focused on that, and I really like that because I don't want to be thinking about work all the time. Voiceover work. I love it, but it is work. So I like to have that just for me and myself. I mean, does it help with video games? Maybe. I was doing lots of video games long before I started Krav Maga, so I don't really have to pull too much from that. But I think anyone who wants to do video games, I think doing some sort of martial art is smart because it really teaches you how to use your body, and it helps with efforts and the feeling of efforts when you're like attacking versus defending. It's a very different vibe and energy. So yeah, I do that. I also, as a fun pastime, I do restaurant reviews just for fun, on like Yelp and Google or whatever. Especially like I don't really love leaving bad reviews, but it's more like I love to hype up the places that I love. um, so I do that in my spare time when I can as well.
Yeah, we just gotta hype and jazz it up, you know what I'm saying? Help
Mhm.
those people that are working in those industries, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah. So share any last bit of advice that you want to close us out on social media, where can people check out the School of VO? I mean, I already said Facebook and stuff, but yeah, self-promo time and any last, closing advice, any thoughts that you want to, you know.
Sure. Well, if you want to follow me, I'm at the Courtney Lynn on all socials. If it's not at the Courtney Lynn, it's not me because that is the only handle that I have. Um, and if you want to follow the School of Voiceover, it's at the School of Voiceover on Instagram. The Facebook group is only for our private community, so once you join, you will have access to the Facebook group. And then last tidbit of advice is I like to remind people like you are the main character of your life. You are the driving force. If you are unhappy with some circumstances of your life, you have the power to change it. Everything already rests within you. It's all about if you are going to recognize that it's there or not. And I think you really need to live your life actively because if you live your life passively, you're never really going to get what you want unless you're like super lucky, which is like a one in a bazillion chance, you know? Go after what you want, make things matter, because your time on this earth matters. And I think everyone should, whatever it is, that thing in the back of your mind that you've been wanting to do, just do it. Just do it. You don't have to do it well. You don't have to do it a lot, but just start on the path, because I promise you, like, you won't regret it. You won't regret the actions you take to do the things that you want to do in your life, because I promise it's worth it.
Yep, very well said. Um, I don't have anything else to add to that, so I just want to thank you so much once again. Would you like to do, I mean, for the outro, I usually have the guests say, "My name is Courtney Land. You can hear me on this is Station Square podcast with Robert Jackson if you're up for it."
Yes, sorry, Station Squared
Station
podcast.
Square podcast, yes.
Station Square podcast. Okay. Hi, my name is Courtney Lynn. You might know me as the voice of Draculaura on Nickelodeon's Monster High, Princess Peach in Mario Kart World, Sakugo in Silent Hill or Panty Anarchy in the new Panty and Stocking with Garderbelt, and I am here with Robert on the Station Square podcast.
Perfect. Yeah, and congrats on the Monster High Nickelodeon thing. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know we didn't talk about it, but yeah, I guess just to sum it up, it's pretty much about what we were talking about with the other stuff before with video games and animation and stuff. So, yeah, being in animation is because that's kind of something that I mainly specialize in. So, yeah, getting to work in that, Nickelodeon thing must have been like, oh my gosh, wow, just amazing.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. So it's kind of like one of those, oh my gosh, pinch me moments. Like I'm on
definitely.
Nickelodeon. Let's go.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you so much, and thank you all so much for watching. Stick around for more episodes coming soon, and until next time, stay cool, stay positive, and keep on shining out there. Keep being creative. God bless. Much love. Bye bye.